business. For this recipe, you'll need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, quarter teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 2 large eggs, 1 3/4 cups of milk, quarter cup of vegetable oil, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 2 ripe bananas mashed. Oh, and don't forget the cooking spray for the waffle iron. Unless you enjoy the thrill of prying waffles off with a spatula and possibly your tears. Now I know what you're thinking. 2 ripe bananas? That's it? Well, Karen, if you're like me and have a fruit bowl that looks like a banana graveyard, feel free to throw in an extra one. Just don't blame me if your waffles end up more banana than bread. It'll be our little secret. This recipe is perfect for those lazy weekend mornings when you want to feel like you've accomplished something without actually leaving the house. It's also great for impressing in-laws or that judgmental mom friend who always brings homemade organic quinoa muffins to the PTA meetings. Yeah, Susan, we get it. You're perfect. Prep time for this culinary adventure is about 15 minutes, with a cooking time of around 20 minutes, depending on how many waffles you're making and how distracted you get by your kids arguing over who gets to lick the batter bowl. Pro tip, just eat the batter yourself. You're the one doing all the work after all. Now let's talk nutrition. These waffles are, well, they're waffles. They're not exactly a kale smoothie, but they do have bananas, so that counts as fruit, right? Each waffle is about 250 calories, give or take, depending on how heavy-handed you are with the maple syrup. And let's be honest, we're all a little heavy-handed with the maple syrup. All right, let's get cooking. First, preheat your waffle iron. If you're like me and your waffle iron has been sitting in the back of the cabinet since last Christmas, now's a good time to dust it off and make sure no spiders have taken up residence. In a large bowl, whisk together the flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Try not to sneeze into the bowl when you add the spices. I've done that before, and let me tell you, cinnamon up the nose is not a pleasant experience. In another bowl, beat the eggs, milk, oil, brown sugar, and vanilla extract until well combined. This is where you can channel your frustration from that passive-aggressive email your boss sent yesterday. Beat those eggs like they owe you money. Now, mash those bananas. If you've had a particularly rough week, this is very therapeutic. Just imagine each banana is a minor inconvenience in your life. That'll show them. Add the mashed bananas to the wet ingredients and mix well. Then, pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients and stir until just combined. Don't overmix unless you want rubbery waffles. And trust me, no one wants rubbery waffles. That's a one-way ticket to the "Mom, I don't like this" express. Spray your preheated waffle iron with cooking spray. If you forget this step, you'll be scraping waffle bits off your iron for the next week. Learn from my mistakes, people. Pour the batter onto the waffle iron, using about half to 3/4 cup per waffle, depending on the size of your iron. Close the lid and cook until golden brown and crispy. This usually takes about 3 to 5 minutes, but keep an eye on it. Waffle irons can be as unpredictable as a toddler's mood swings. While the waffles are cooking, this is a great time to start that pot of coffee you've been craving since you woke up. Or, if you're feeling fancy, whip up some homemade whipped cream. It's just heavy cream and a bit of sugar, whipped until it's fluffy. It's so easy, even your partner could do it. Hint, hint. Once your waffles are done, serve them warm with a pat of butter, a drizzle of maple syrup, and a sprinkle of chopped nuts if you're feeling fancy. Or, if you're like me and it's been one of those weeks, just drown them in syrup and call it a day. No judgment here. Now, if you're looking to change things up, there are plenty of ways to customize these waffles. You could add some chocolate chips to the batter for a more dessert-like treat. Or throw in some chopped walnuts for extra crunch. If you're feeling really adventurous, try adding a mashed ripe avocado to the batter. It sounds weird, but it makes the waffles incredibly moist and adds some healthy fats. Plus, it's a great way to trick your kids into eating something green. If you're gluten-free, you can easily substitute the all-purpose flour with your favorite gluten-free blend. Just be prepared for your waffles to have a slightly different texture. They might not be as crispy, but hey, that's what toasters are for. For a dairy-free version, swap out the milk for almond milk or oat milk. And if you're vegan, you can replace the eggs with flax eggs. Just mix 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed with 3 tablespoons of water for each egg. Let it sit for a few minutes until it gels, and voila! Vegan egg substitute. Now, let's talk storage. These waffles freeze beautifully, which is great for those mornings when you're running late and need a quick breakfast. Just let them cool completely, then stack them with parchment paper between each waffle and freeze in a Ziploc bag. When you're ready to eat, just pop them in the toaster. It's like having your own homemade Eggos, but without all the weird ingredients you can't pronounce. And there you have it, folks. Banana bread waffles that'll make you the hero of breakfast time. Just don't be surprised if your family starts expecting this level of culinary excellence every weekend. Maybe it's time to teach the kids how to use the waffle iron. After all, nothing says I love you like child labor, am I right? Until next time, keep those bananas ripe and your waffle irons hot. And remember, if all else fails, there's always cereal. Good night and good eating!